When Will approached the altar, several people turned around. Of course, none of them knew who Will was. Paying this no mind, Will walked in front of the casket on the altar, which seemed to be buried under golden roses. Inside the casket, there was no corpse. Instead, as though it lay there in place of a body, was a single thick book with an extravagant binding. The space all around it was filled with countless golden roses. There were words printed on the book's cover. To my beloved Beatrice. October 5th, 1986.
Miss Beatrice, Mrs. だったら許しな。会ったことはねえ。だが、お悔やみ申し上げるぜ。
He took the rose he had received from the reception area and placed it in the casket. He had absolutely no connection to the woman called Beatrice. However, since he had come to visit a funeral, he had to show this minimum amount of respect for the dead. As part of this, Will prayed for the passage of the dead into the next world.
失礼だが、どちら様かな？私は喪主の代行です。こっちは子供のリオン。
You're what now?
はじめまして。
Whoa, 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 hold up, hold up, hold up, easy, whoa, hey, huh, what the fuck? Your child Leon, huh? Leon. Huh? Wait, what you mean your child Leon?
後ろ宮リオンです。
Bep?
リオン？誰だお前？
理科の理に魚するの魚でリオンと読みます。ちょっと日本人っぽくない名前ですよね。
Will stared at Leon's face, wearing a confused expression. Yeah, I'm feeling that. Has she shown up in my tips menu yet? Yes. The first child... What? The first child of Kraus Nazi, Jessica, is their second child. Was given the silver ring of the successor to the headship and will succeed the position of family head upon turning 20. Mild, polite, and without any clear faults, except for being too young, Leon is more suitable successor than anyone else and is adored by Kinzo. Well, that's straight up bullshit. Who the fuck are you? Now, who the hell are you? Ain't no Ushiromiya Leon. Ain't no first child of Kraus Nazi. You fucking with me. Ain't no shot. Who the hell you be? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love the pink suit. I'm about that. Everything else about you, though, I don't like this. It's episode 7, and they're still throwing even more characters into the mix. What is this shit? What is this shit? Wait. The first shot with the silver that is. I'm looking at their build here, right? And I'm looking through. They haven't used any. Did he say? Oh, this is my child Leon. Pleased to meet you. Who the heck? This is a guy, isn't it? This is a guy. Because I'm noticing, like, they haven't said any pronouns yet, is the thing. But I'm thinking, is this the child that fell off the cliff? Like, clearly we're in, like, some kind of meta world situation here. Obviously, Will, he's a wizard hunter, or witch hunter now. He wouldn't be, this wouldn't take place in the real world, clearly. So, I'm thinking this is the child that fell off a cliff, or maybe in some case, at some point, Nazi had a stillbirth that we weren't told about, or a miscarriage of some kind, and this is the result. Maybe? That's the only thing I can think of. Why all of a sudden we got Leon here. Which, if Leon is a guy, I may have already warmed up to him, because hell yeah, fellow femboy, let's go. Didn't seem particularly interested in Kraus, but Leon had apparently drawn some sort of reaction from him. Rather than interest, it was more as though he felt like something was out of place. Yeah?
旦那様、奥様がそろそろと。 そうか、一同の諸君、ここで賑やかにしては個人も控室の準備が整ったそうだ。場所を変えようではないか。
When Kraus called out to everyone, they began to move towards the chapel waiting room.
すまん、リオンはしばしお客様のお相手を頼む。私はみんなを控室に案内す
You're
る。
still not using any pronouns.
はい父さん。
Like, clearly they have a female voice actor, but that has not stopped. But, female voice actors have voiced, males countless times. Especially, like, very feminine males. That's definitely not a what the fuck am I trying to say? That's definitely not a new thing. It looked like a natural conversation with no awkwardness for either father or child. Child. Not son or daughter. Child.
親子なのか。
そうですが、何か。
後宮クラウスの子供はジェシカの。
ジェシカは妹です。お呼びする必要はありますか？
いや、ない。
Apparently, some sort of game was already being played right off the bat. Scratching at his head with an irritated look on his face, Will glanced around.
失礼ですが、あなた様は個人とはどのような
全くな迷惑な話さ。
ではあなたはどうしてこの葬儀に？
Since Leon was a fairly mild person, Will's behavior was met with nothing more than a blank expression. A normal person would probably have put on a dubious look long before this. Will scratched his head again and yelled angrily at someone other than Leon.
来たぜ。そろそろ顔を出しやがれ。
The members of the Ushirome family had already followed Krause's instructions and moved to the waiting room. By now, no one could be seen in this cold, vast chapel decorated with gold roses, except for Will and Leon.
よく来たわね。
Okay, burn.
異端審問官、魔術師狩りのライト。
The girl's voice came suddenly from behind the pair. When Leon turned around in surprise, the girl had appeared out of nowhere and drifted down on top of the altar. She landed softly on the sacred funeral altar as though this was perfectly normal, crushing the golden roses under his shoes. Of course, Leon didn't know this girl. Just why on earth were all of these people unrelated to the funeral popping up one after another?
俺はもう引退だ。仕事なら新しいライトに頼みな。
いいえ、
The new right? Phoenix?
あなたに頼みたいのよ。この事件を。送った物語は読んでくれたかしら。
斜め読み程度にはな。
あなたがどなたか存じませんが、そこは神聖な祭壇ですよ。
Stepping out of a daze, Leon told the girl to get down off the altar. But she ignored this completely. On top of that, Will kept talking to the girl as though Leon wasn't even there.
リオンとか言ったな。こいつは何者だ。
God damn it. Snapping out of a daze. God damn it. They won't give me name.
その子が名乗った通り。
Ishiromiya Leon. There's no case of a person with that name appearing in any of the previous games.
お前の駒なのか。
いいえ、このゲーム版の登場人物よ。
ゲームマスターはならお前の駒だろ。
ベアとの猫箱よりもっと大きなね。リオンはその中で生まれ得る可能性を持つ一つの子。
Nah, it doesn't matter. Well, unless Leon was no. Well, no. No. Let's not jump to conclusions here. Let's keep going.
結局お前の駒と
I see. In other words, it's your piece, like I've been saying.
私が置いた駒という意味では正しいわ。
ただしエリカのような配下の駒ではないという。
エリカって誰？
エリカさん？
理解しようとする頭痛になら。
Leon didn't have a clue what they were talking about. However, though neither person was familiar, it seemed clear that they both knew a lot about the Ishiromiya family.
私にはあなたたちとにかくその祭壇から降りてください。後ろ宮家次期当主としてお願い申し上げます。
Even Leon was finally forced to speak in a raised voice to that girl. We continued to chat while casually standing on the altar. However, the girl ignored this completely. On the other hand, Will did show a reaction.
次期当主はクラウスのはずだ。
父クラウスは私が20歳になるまでの間の当主代行です。20歳になると同時に次期当主である私。
初耳だ。証拠はあるのか。
It seemed that even Leon was starting to get ticked off by now. That calm expression appeared to twitch slightly.
これは次期当主に許されている。これで証拠になりますか？
銀の指輪？金の当主の指輪は何度も登場したが、クラウスもジェシカもそんなものを指にと
嬉しいわ。斜め読みにしてはちゃんと読んでくれてるじゃない。
魔女のよこす文章はどこにましてや、それが元老院の大魔女とクリアな。
あなた方は
Shut up, Leon.
一体何者なんですか？失礼だが、私には何の個人への献花がお済みでしたらどうぞ。どうやらあなた方は当家がおもてなしすべき方々ではないようです。
Leon finally ran out of patience. These were the strictest words that this gentle kid could unleash. However, Will and the girl seemed to not care at all. Like, yeah, that's nice, kid.
来たくて来たわけじゃね
時間の無駄だから話を。ライト、このゲームに挑みなさい。ゲームマスターベルンカステルの名においてこのゲーム。
え。お断りだ。
どうして？
俺はもう引退する身だ。推理もミステリーも知ったことか。
何をして余生を過ごすというの？
I don't know. Fucking chilling at home. Watching movies. Sipping brewskis.
魔
Tapping
術師狩りのラ
booties.
イトが魔女狩りをやめて。
I mean, yeah, that's typically what retiring means. Like, imagine... I can just imagine, like, that's like someone's nickname is, like, part of their occupation. Like, oh, hey, Firefighter Dave! Oh, what, you're retiring? What, you're gonna quit fighting fires? Yeah, that's what retiring boils down to. Yo, Dr. Mike, you're retiring? What, you're gonna stop being a doctor or something? Yeah, that's kind of what retiring means. Like... That's a very dumb question. Wow, the guy known for doing this thing as his main occupation is going to retire, and you're gonna stop doing that thing. Yeah, no shit. Oh shit, Cashier Dave. You're not cashiering anymore? What, just because you're retired?
狐狩りでも潮干狩りでもするさ。
Oh yeah, this man's gonna be hunting some clam, my dude, up top.
俺がここに来たのはあんたと余生を語るためじゃねえ。
Unless you're trying to get your clam hunted, haha, up top.
断るために来たと。
ご検察いただき光栄の極みと知りたまえ。
なら好きにしたらどこへでも行けばいい。ただしここから立ち去れればの話だけれど。
それで条件と報酬は。
In truth, Will had resigned himself from the beginning. He knew that he was incapable of refusing an invitation from the great Lady Burncastle.
ベアトリーチェを殺したの、それが私のゲームよ。報酬は私に対するその無礼な口の利き方を許すことと、この礼拝堂を立ち去る権利。
退屈を愛さない魔女は存在な言葉を愛すると聞いたぜ。
それは1000年を生き飽きたババア魔女の話よ。私はまだまだ若いからあんたみたいな言葉遣いの男、どんな過酷な運命に閉じ込めてやろうかと無双することを愛するの。
それで敵は誰だ？
いないわ。妨害などするわけも。このゲームをあなたが美しく詰めるとこ、仲間も用意する。それがそのリオンよ。
Oh my god, I'm actually being acknowledged? Holy shit. After hearing that name spoken out of the blue, Leon frowned once more. Apparently they were moving things along without Leon's knowledge or understanding, which the latter seemed to find truly irritating.
リオンは後ろ宮家の人間。
Debatable.
後ろ宮家の誰とも面識のないあなたには心強い味方となってくれるでしょう。
何の話か分かりかねますが、事情のわからない話には何もご協力はでき
だそうだ。頼もしい限りだな。
私と我が主を楽しませなさい。魔術師狩りのライトアウアウは行儀のいい感激者だけれど、私は退屈するとポップコーンを投げつけたりしちゃうかもね。
Will scratched his head with a displeased look on his face. He wasn't at all interested in getting involved. But by now, he had realized that he couldn't disobey Brinkcastle's orders. Then he approached the casket and pointed at its rose-filled insides.
ベアトリーチェ殺人事件の依頼とのことだが、バンダイン20則第7則
Oh my god, Van Dyne's rule.
死体なき事件であることを禁ず。
悪魔の証明ね。棺にないだけじゃない。死体が存在しないことをあなたが証明できない限り、これを
第1則手がかりすべての揃わぬ事件を禁ず。
安心なさい。すべてはここに揃っている。
There was no change to Will's unsatisfied expression. He seemed to have understood the general pattern in this place. The simple fact that a mere Inquisitor of Heresy had been summoned by an uninhibited, fickle, cruel Great Witch of the Senate meant that he'd be treated as no more than a mere underling. All along, he had possessed no way to refuse her.
この空っぽの棺引き受けてやら。ただし、俺の流儀でやらせてもらう。
ご自由に。
まず最初にすることはお前に現状。
それをお願いできると私もとても助かります。
Leon's expression seemed nonplussed, angry, and confused all at the same time.
きな、実際に見た方が早い。
お供しましょうとも。
Will signaled with his chin for Leon to follow him and spun around. After snorting once in an unsatisfied manner, Leon followed him, as though resigned to see Will's little show. As she watched them leave the chapel, goddamn, I saw she and I'm like, oh shit, do we know? Nope, it's Brinkcastle. Brinkcastle sneered silently at them, a cold smile on her face.
尊厳なる感激と戯曲と傍観の魔女。
Feathering something ow or
フェザリーヌなんとかアウアウローラの巫女にして奇跡の魔女。ベルンカステルの名においてこのゲームの物語のタイトルは黄金の魔女のレクイエム。ベアとの葬儀にふさわしい物語を紡さて、どんな腹渡を引きずり出してくれるやら。
She watched till the pair had left the chapel. Brinkcastle's form evaporated into the empty air, just as she had arrived. All that remained was her unpleasant cackling. Outside, it was still raining. When Kanon saw the guest and the successor approaching the reception desk, he bowed deeply.
ご苦労様です。休んで結構ですので外してもらいます。
カノンです。かしこまりました。
Wow, don't even know my homie Kanon's name? It's bullshit. Kanon bowed deeply, then disappeared.
下々の名前まではいちいち覚え。
当家には
Yeah, were you some kind of
若い使
asshole?
用人が大勢出入りしており、入れ替わりも頻繁です。さて、何をどう理解させてくれるのです。あなた様は何者で、当家にどのようなご用がおありで、もちろん納得させてくれなくてこのままお帰りいただければいいだけですので。
もう帰れねえのさ、俺も誰もな。
もういい加減にしてくれませんか。そのよくわからない煙に巻くような喋り方は。私にだって我慢の限界というものがあります。私では見送りにならないというなら、源氏とゴーダにお送りさせてもいいのですよ。
You say that just because you think the big boys will stand a chance. I know Will's got something going on here. He seems like a motherfucker who's got some moves. Then you all send the big boys at you. I don't think Will gives a fuck about no big boys.
こいつを見てろ。
見ればわかります。葬儀用のバラです。まさか手品でも見せてくれるおつもりで。
Will took one of the flower offerings, then showed it to Leon as though pointing out that there was no mechanisms or tricks. Then he slowly lifted it upwards.
見てろ。
ええ、見てますよ。後でも飛び出すんですか？
Shut up. Will threw the rose. Anyone would have expected it to fly in an arc and land in some puddle. It didn't, which is why Leon had been struck dumb. The thrown rose by Will certainly had flown in an arc. He should have sped on rapidly through the air. However, as soon as it passed out from the shade of the eaves and was about to reach the rain, it stopped right in midair, as though the air surrounding it had turned into syrup. That wasn't all. As it hung in midair, the rose's beautiful golden petals began to darken one after another. It became a black husk, like burnt charcoal. And even after this happened, it remained suspended there in the air.
これは何の手品ですか？
動くな。
Leon had moved closer to try and touch the remains of the rose, which still hung in the air. Will had roughly blocked the way with his arm. It was as though he was telling Leon that leaving this place meant certain death.
この礼拝堂がかけらかこの礼拝堂は今濃縮された時間の渦に閉じ込められている。
それはどういうことですか？
What? Yeah, that's a fair reaction.
めんどくせえからはしょる。つまりさっきの魔女のゲームに付き合わねえ限り。
もう葬儀は終わっています。お屋敷やゲストハウスに戻りたい方々もこんなことは困ります。
恨むならあの魔女を恨め。俺も帰れなくていい迷惑だ。
あの少女はあなたの友人でしょ？
No.
この変なのをやめさせてくだ
Her
さい。
friend? No, no, no.
あいつは今頃ポップコーンのバケツでも呼んだって現れね
わけがわからない。
That short sentence described all of Leon's feelings at that moment. However, Leon had seen the rose Will threw wither in an instant in the rainy darkness. Leon tried doing the same thing with another rose, but the effect was exactly the same. No one would want to use their own body to test this fearsome something that could make roses crumble instantly.
え。ここから解放される方法はただ一つ。ベルンカステルのゲームに付き合うことだけだ。
ベアトリーチェを殺したのは誰かでしたか？
そいつを調べろと仰せだ。お前がそれを聞かせてくれりゃ気まぐれ魔女は大満足。お前は厄介払いができて俺は帰ってダイアナとデート。
Diana? Oh.
あまり待たせすぎるとまたソファーをズタボロにしちまう。
I sure hope Diana's your dog.
ベアトリーチェを殺したのは葬儀に押しかけて遺族に聞くこととは思えませんね。
遺族に聞き込みはミステリーの基本だ。諦めベアトリーチェってのは当主金蔵の愛人だっての。
あなたは本当に不思議な人だ。どうしてそこまで当家のことを。やはり当家に縁のある方なのでは？